Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now. I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Network. We're going to talk about Joe Biden and that speech he gave the other night where he basically called 80 million Americans extremists. Half of America, half of voting America anyway, extremist. That very Nazi Germany-like speech that had him with his fist in the air. I was waiting for somebody to literally just be like, yes, der Fuhrer. I mean, it was ominous. I think it totally sent the wrong message. We've got inflation. We've got gas prices. We've got, what all do we have? We got the border that's an issue right now. We got the failure with Afghanistan. We've got this horrible climate change bill. I'm not calling that inflation bill anything but a climate change bill. That's what it is. Pushing for green energy as he cowers down to the progressive left on that one, AOC, etc. But anyway, it was a very creepy speech. I didn't watch the speech. And I've got a video talking about the Marines behind him and the fact that the networks passed on that speech. The main networks, ABC, CBS, the cable networks did cover it. But I thought it was interesting that the networks passed on it. But that video is 14 minutes long. It's currently under YouTube review. Hopefully, you will get to see it because they demonetized it instantly. So, we're going to talk about Joe Rogan, John Rich, Meghan McCain, Ted Cruz, all slammed Joe Biden for that blood red background, that Emperor Palpatine background out of Star Wars. Palpatine gives a speech after Order 66, after he fought Mace Windu, after Anakin has become Vader. He gives this speech about the great galactic empire. It felt just like this. It did. I thought this sent a really bad message to voters, to half of the country. Boy, it just looked bad. Whoever thought that was a good idea should be fired immediately. That is surrounding Joe Biden. Nazi Germany. I mean, that's just all I could think. Every time I didn't watch the speech, but I watched clips of it. Joe Rogan slams blood red dark background of Biden's speech. So in a week's time, we got Joe Rogan telling everybody, all of his listeners, to vote Republican because of the failures of the pandemic by the radical Democrats. And now we've got him telling his followers how badly this looked to Americans. And it did look bad. I mean, he got the worst advice ever. Joe Rogan reacted Friday to the blood red background of President Joe Biden's Thursday night speech in front of Independence Hall in Philadelphia. The host of Spotify's The Joe Rogan Podcast posted his thought on the viral photo of Biden standing against the dark red and black background on the hall of Instagram. And this is, of course, this is the photo right here that's going around, both fists in the air. I mean, like this is North Korea or China or Russia or again, the Galactic Empire. I mean, we joke, but it's kind of sick, or like it's Nazi Germany. Rogan, 15.5 million followers on Instagram. Good work there, Joe. Imagine thinking this was a good idea. Yeah, I mean, look, there were people that literally thought this thing was fake. There was like, there's no way that's how he actually looked during the speech. People thought it was a meme. Think about that a minute. Quote, imagine thinking this was a good idea. Rogan shared with 15.5 million followers. Looking through comments to the podcast host post, many followers made it clear they didn't realize the photo was actually real and thought it was just a meme going around. I mean, it looks terrible. Ted Cruz went the same place I did. He went Palpatine on us. Ted from right here in Texas. Several other people noted how it looked like something from, quote, the Star Wars franchise, comparing Biden to Emperor Palpatine. Palpatine looks good, Ted Cruz said. I mean, look, it would be funny if it didn't seem so damn true, frankly. Others said it looked like something from the dystopian film V for Vendetta, comparing Biden to High Chancellor Adam Sutler. And they weren't the only ones. In Meghan McCain's article Friday for the Daily Mail, she compared the president's backdrop to that of a dictator from a science fiction movie. Yeah, it's just weird. It is just, it's weird. It's evil looking. It's creepy. I just can't imagine they thought this was a great idea. Look at the bizarre apocalyptic optics of the speech, the former co-host of The View wrote. He stood at his podium in front of a murky red lighting. This was the backdrop of a dictator from a science fiction movie, not the democratically elected president of America. I'm not even going to mention the election. Quote, whomever oversaw the set design in the White House clearly wanted him to look ominous and intimidating. This is what they had to be going for. Like a character from V for Vendetta or The Twilight Zone. Now, here's country singer John Rich. He put out that #1 single that destroyed Biden, the whole single. By the way, it went to #1 in one day on iTunes as it looked like independent release. Country singer John Rich told his hundreds of thousands of followers, quote, I could almost smell the sulfur, as he too shared the same dark photograph from the speech. There it is. Man. Members of both sides of the media also called attention to the imagery and various elements of the backdrop they found disturbing. I found the whole damn thing disturbing. Like I said, I didn't watch the speech, but I did go out there and I found about 6 or 7 clips that I felt like were important to the speech, and he basically went out there and shit all over Republicans. I want to say MAGA Republicans, but at this point, at least among voters, and I think Joe is greatly underestimating this, don't you feel like the majority of Republicans are actually MAGA Republicans at this point? And the message that he's probably trying to send is, I've got to make these people look really scary, or I've got to talk enough shit about these people that maybe it will sway people that are in the middle to vote for Democrats. I don't believe this is going to work, and I think this probably royally backfired. Okay? There's no way anybody other than the woke lunatics that are on Twitter who absolutely celebrated his look. Well, of course they did, because they think being a communist country, a socialist country, is a good idea. So, of course, they celebrated it. But they are absolutely in the minority. I mean, come on. You can tell that just by, like, ratings on Fox News now, right? Comparison to ratings, like, on MSNBC. I mean, you know, it's pretty easy to tell the difference. I think Joe Biden, I don't know what's going to happen in the midterms. A lot of people are saying this is a midterm speech. I think the midterms are kind of what they're going to be at this point. I truly believe that, okay? However, I think Joe Biden's going to get boat raced in 2024. Absolutely boat raced. Now, I don't know that he's actually going to be the candidate. They may be preparing for what I think will be, my gut feeling, Gavin Newsom out of California, and I think he's going to get boat raced. I mean, come on. I did a video earlier about that. Even his in-laws hate him, for crying out loud. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. I just wanted to talk a little bit more about this speech, since my main video about the speech that's 14 minutes long is still not out. Hopefully it will get approved and I can release it. Jeez, come on. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.